Alright, welcome back everybody, and today's video is going to be a little bit different. We're going to go in depth into what a term it's like that I've used a lot in some of my more recent reviews, which is custom elite. Now, what is a custom elite? I've explained it earlier. It's essentially like when you customize a figure and use both paint and decals. It's like to make it stand out better. So, in front of us we have the Wheeljack mold, and okay, we get the concept of paint. You take the figure, you paint it, such as a Swindler here, painted silver and to look more like a DeLorean, and that's pretty straightforward. You just paint it. Then over here we have a Wheeljack with Toy Hacks repro labels or stickers. Basically, stickers are a good way, it's like, to get in details really quick, details that would be a bit harder to just use paint. This is especially useful for things like police cars or race cars or anything of the sort. And in the case of some of the figures, the company Toy Hacks makes great decal sets, and for some figures, such as Wheeljack here, that was kind of really needed because the deco was like pretty bland. So the decals added all the logos and better details with the numbers and sponsorships and all that fun stuff. And so stickers are a great way to get in like those details really quick and cheap. And the main company Hasbro does this too. Just look at, for example, Power of the Prime's Starscream. Lots of decals there for the jet mode. No step, things like that, and whatnot. So stickers and stuff are a great way to both customize, it's like, and add details, it's like, to the figures. And the thing about Toy Hacks is that not only do they make great stickers that can like enhance the deco of any figure, such as Wheeljack here, but sometimes they will also do decal sets that will turn the figure into a different character. And you've seen that in my Wheeljack and Friends when they did, like, for example, Extinguisher. But they've done that for lots of other figures as well. For example, the Junkions with the various sets for Wreck-Gar, and as well as several sets for the Power of the Prime's Inferno. So you can get, like, for example, a better looking Inferno, a Hose Head, a Fire Chief, and whatnot, a Pyro, Heat Wave, based on the Rescue Bot. So you can get like a whole bunch of great characters, it's like, out of that mold using decals. And they've done similar things, for example, to the core, it's like Battle Core Optimus Prime from Combiner Wars. So we got an Ultra Magnus out of that, Thunder Clash, and even a Nova Prime, which you may or may not see in the future. But yeah. And so, as I said, sometimes you can combine the two, but what does that really mean? Now, you've seen some of the other videos I made, for example, the Nancy, the Thunder Clash, and the most recently, I believe it was the Shattered Glass Wreck-Gar. But for the sake of really getting the hang of it, let me give you a prime example of this. So, let's get these guys out of the way. Here we have Combiner Wars Air Raid. This is just a stock Air Raid from Combiner Wars. Had a great deco on it, so it was nice. So then Toy Hacks came out with their version of a decal set turned into a different character, aka Skyjack, which was more of a Cyberjet from G2, and essentially based on a F-117 Nighthawk bomber. But this one clearly not, but it tries to evoke that. So it added the whole flame decal. That was mostly a black jet with the red/flame patterns. This one's mostly black jet, and then it turns into a white robot. You can see like how some of the decals on the bottom like change some of that. But then, what if you went even further? What if you added paint? And so then you get this version here. So you can see we have the decals. We painted the cockpit was painted, and the underside is all black and red to give it more details. And so you can see how that just makes it stand out a bit more. But granted, it's going to stand a bit more out in robot mode. So let's get these guys transformed. Yeah, you gotta love the simple Combiner Wars transformation pattern. So rotate the head, and there you have air raid. So we have air raid, and you can see how you know, white and red, very heroic. We'll put him to the side there. And here now we have Skyjack from the air raid mold with just the decals. As you can see, it already looks pretty nice with the flames going on. Get him transformed as well. And there you go. So let's compare the two. As you can see, the decals, this one's all white, and the decals like cover some of the white, so you had like some dark metallic red, burnt orange details on them, on the legs. And yeah, looks pretty good. Now the face was Toy Hack suggested to put it on the back of the head, but I managed to put it on the face anyway. I wasn't too keen on the whole like put it on the back of the head, but hey, you know, you can customize as you wish. Took a Sharpie too and sort of darkened those spots there on the face and the side of the face as well. And you can see overall, simply with decals, you know, you got yourself a new figure. Or, well, not really a new figure, but a new character that you can use. Very quick way to do so. Now, let's see what happens when you go further and make into a custom elite. So, here we have improved Skyjack. You can already see the key differences on the spot already. And there you go. Now you have an even further improved Skyjack. And you can see the base coat of the legs has been painted like red. The legs themselves have been painted black with like red. Same thing with the arms, black and red. And the head, I believe, is from Shapeways. Yeah, I didn't actually make this one. It's like I found it online. But yeah, the head is from Shapeways. I believe it's Steam Shield, or the Master Spy head. And as you can see, like the chest has been darkened versus the white. And then you have the same decals added on top of that. So, you know, you get all those cool details. You can see in the legs. And on top of the legs as well, some of the black matches far better than it does on this other one. And so there, you can clearly see how a custom elite, as I call them, which uses both the paint and the decals, can really make the figure pop. And again, as you can see right here, with it's like the regular simply decals and decals with paint. You can see how it gives you a more desired effect. And so yes, that's basically the rundown on the custom elites for you. And so yeah, and the thing about the custom elites that you've seen on my channel is that some of them were intentional. Like some of it's like, you know, okay, we knew straight up we're gonna do like paint the figure or have somebody paint in the case of like Thunderclash Cool Jazz Customs. So I gave him, it's like the figure and the sticker sheet, and then that was done like that. Then you have others where it was sort of like considered afterwards, like Nancy. That was painted by N. Sabanur, and then later I went on and got the decal set for Nova Star and added that on, and that became that. Same thing with the Shattered Glass Wreck-Gar. It was just purple, painted by Grimlockamus, and then later I added the trash cannon to make it pop more. Then you have others that sort of started differently, where I was like, okay, we have it already, we had the decals first. For example, the barricade. The barricade that you saw, I put the decals on that first, and those were Prowl, and it was meant to be Prowl, but then I sent it over to Cool Jazz with a new head, and he sort of painted around that to turn it into a barricade. And then you have others which are coming up soon, like for example Pyro. That one started out as just an Inferno with decals, and then got a new head and sent it to Cool Jazz and had that painted into Pyro. And you will see that in the near future, in a couple weeks or so, maybe a month, I don't know, whenever I get to it, but you will see it soon. And yeah, so I'm gonna basically take all the custom elites that I've already reviewed, and I'll put them, it's like in a nice playlist so you can appreciate them and see it's like what the extra paint and the decals it's like can do for them. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Maybe in a couple weeks, I don't know about next week because I'm kind of busy, but you might see or go back to full-on combiner teams and combiner reviews. Or maybe I might do it's like something with Titans Returns. We'll see. But if you know, if you have a preference between the two, you know, drop a comment. So leave you know, a like, subscribe. Comments would be appreciated. You know, if you have anything you like, what you didn't like, what you'd like to see next, let me know. And have a great day, everyone.